Narrated Abu Sa'd that he had heard the Prophet ﷺ saying that do not fast continuously, and if you intended to lengthen your fast, then carry it on only till the Sahur. The people said to him, but to practice, O Allah Apostle. He replied, I am not similar to you, for during my sleep I have one who makes me eat and drink. Narrated Abu Huraira, Allah Apostle forbade al-wasal in fasting. So one of the Muslims said to him, but you practice al-wasal, O Allah Apostle. The Prophet ﷺ replied, who amongst you is similar to me? I am given food and drink during my sleep by my Lord. So when the people refused to stop al-wasal, fasting continuously, the Prophet ﷺ fasted day and night continuously, along with them for a day and then another day. And then they saw the crescent moon of the month of the Shawwal. The Prophet ﷺ said to them angrily, if it the crescent had not appeared, I would have made you fast for a long period. That was a punishment for them when they refused to stop practicing al-wasal. Narrated Abu Juhaifa. The Prophet made a bond of brotherhood between Sulaiman and Abu Darda. Sulaiman paid a visit to Abu Darda and found Darda dressed in shabby clothes and asked her why she was in that state. She replied, your brother Abu Darda is not interested in this world. In the meantime, Abu Darda came and prepared a meal for Sulaiman. Sulaiman requested Abu Darda to eat with him. But Abu Darda said, I am fasting. Sulaiman said, I am not going to eat unless you eat. So Abu Darda ate with Sulaiman. When it was night and a part of the night passed, Abu Darda got up to offer the night prayer. But Sulaiman told him to sleep, and Abu Darda slept. After some time, Abu Darda again got up, but Sulaiman told him to sleep. When it was the last hour of the night, Sulaiman told him to get up. Then, and both of them offered the prayer. Sulaiman told Abu Darda, your Lord has a right on you, your soul has a right on you, and your family has a right on you. So you should give the right of all those who has a right on you. Abu Darda came to the Prophet ﷺ and narrated the whole story. The Prophet said, Sulaiman has spoken the truth. Narrated Aisha, Allah Apostle used to fast till one would say that he would never stop fasting, and he would abandon fasting till one would say that he would never fast. I never saw Allah Apostle fasting for a whole month except the month of Ramadan, and did not see him fasting in any month more than in the month of Shaban. Narrated Aisha, the Prophet never fasted in any month more than in the month of Shaban. He used to say, do those deeds which you can do easily, as Allah will not get tired of giving reward till you get bored and tired of performing religious deeds. The most beloved prayer of the Prophet ﷺ was the one that was done regularly throughout the life, even if it were little. And whenever the Prophet ﷺ offered a prayer, he used to offer it regularly. Narrated Humayd, I asked Anas about the fasting of the Prophet ﷺ. He said, whenever I like to see the Prophet fasting in any month, I could see that. And whenever I liked to see him not fasting, I could see that too. And if I liked to see him praying in any night, I could see that. And if I liked to see him sleeping, I could see that too. Anas further said, I never touched silk or velvet softer than the hands of Allah Apostle, and never smelled musk or perfumed smoke more pleasant than the smell of Allah Apostle. Narrated Abdullah bin Umar al-As. Once Allah Apostle came to me and then he narrated the whole narration. Your guest has a right on you, and your wife has a right on you. I then asked about the fasting of David. The Prophet ﷺ replied, half of the years, means he used to fast on every alternate day. Narrated Abdullah bin Amr bin Alas. Allah Apostle said to me, O Abdullah, have I not been informed that you fast during the day and offer prayers all the night? Abdullah replied, Yes, O Allah Apostle. The Prophet ﷺ said, Don't do that. Fast for few days and then give it up for few days. Offer prayers and also sleep at night, as your body has a right on you, and your wife has a right on you, and your guest has a right on you, and it is sufficient for you to fast 3 days in a month, as the reward of a good deed is multiplied 10 times. So it will be like fasting throughout the year. I insisted on fasting, and so I was given a hard instruction. I said, O Allah Apostle, I have power. The Prophet ﷺ said, Fast like the fasting of the Prophet David, and do not fast more than that. I said, How was the fasting of the Prophet of Allah David? He said, Half of the year. He used to fast on every alternative day. Afterward, when Abdullah became old, he used to say, It would have been better for me if I had accepted permission of the Prophet ﷺ, which he gave me. Fast only 3 days a month. Narrated Mujahid from Abdullah bin Amr. The Prophet ﷺ said to Abdullah, Fast 3 days a month. Abdullah said to the Prophet, I am able to fast more than that. They kept on arguing on this matter till the Prophet ﷺ said, Fast on alternate days and recite the whole Quran once a month. Abdullah said, I can recite more. And the argument went on till the Prophet ﷺ said, Recite the Quran once each 3 days. You must not recite the whole Quran in less than 3 days. Narrated Abdullah bin Amr bin Alas. The Prophet ﷺ said to me, You fast daily, all the year, and pray every night, all the night. I replied in the affirmative. The Prophet ﷺ said, If you keep on doing this, your eyes will become weak and your body will get tired. He who fasts all the year is as he who did not fast at all. The fasting of 3 days will be equal to the fasting of the whole year. I replied, I have the power for more than this. The Prophet ﷺ said, Then fast like the fasting of David, who used to fast on alternative days and would never flee from the battlefield on the meeting the enemy. Narrated Abu Huraira. My friend, the Prophet ﷺ advised me to observe three things. First, to fast 3 days a month. Second, to pray 2 rakat of duha prayer for noon prayer. 3. To pray witr before sleeping. दफन हो चुके थे. Narrated Anas, the Prophet ﷺ paid a visit to Salim and she placed before him dates and ghee. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Replace the ghee and dates in their respective containers, for I am fasting." Then he stood somewhere in her house and offered an optional prayer. Then he invoked good on Salim and her family. Then Salim said, "O Allah Apostle, I have a special request today." He said, "What is it?" She replied, "Please invoke for your servant Anas." So Allah Apostle did not leave anything good in the world or the hereafter, which he did not invoke on me, and said, "O Allah, give him property and children and bless him." Then I am one of the richest among the Ansar, and my daughter Amina told me that when Al-Hajjaj came to Basra, more than 120 of my offspring had been buried.